everyone, welcome to the Chanel Auto Cars you're watching here, where innovation meets performance, where the road speaks and the machine answers. Welcome to the channel that doesn't just talk cars, we live them. If you're ready to feel the adrenaline, understand the engineering, and ride with the future, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. The 2026 Corvette ZR1 has arrived, and it's not just another halo model in the Corvette lineup. It's the explosive punctuation at the end of a sentence that's been building for decades. The ZR1 badge is reserved only for the wildest, most extreme, track-tuned road weapon General Motors dares to produce, and the 2026 model may be the most outrageous interpretation of this American icon yet. For starters, let's talk about what lies at its heart, the crown jewel, the weapon, the reason ZR1 exists in the first place. Underneath that aggressively vented carbon fiber hood sits a twin-turbocharged 5.5-liter DOHC flat-plane crank V8 known internally as the LT7. If that sounds familiar, it should. It's an evolution of the 5.5-liter naturally aspirated LT6 in the Z06. But here, GM turned up the heat. Way up. We're talking a horsepower figure that's expected to crest 850. Some say even 875. With torque pushing past 825 pound-feet. This is not just evolution, it's revolution. Unlike the supercharged V8 that powered the last-gen C7 ZR1, this new LT7 represents a change in philosophy. A twin-turbo flat-plane crank V8 in a mid-engine chassis makes the 2026 ZR1 feel more like a Ferrari fighter than ever before. And yet, it retains that distinctly American brutality, raw, mechanical, unrelenting. The turbos spool with such ferocity that there's almost no delay between thought and throttle. And the sound? It's an industrial symphony of turbine whine, mechanical scream, and thunderous combustion. The engine is paired exclusively with an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission, the same Tremec unit used in the Stingray and Z06, but reprogrammed for even faster shifts and better cooling. Launch control has been revised. Shift strategy under track conditions has been rewritten. This isn't just a drivetrain. It's a fully optimized weapons system. Step back and look at the car. It's unrecognizable compared to the base C8. It's wider, meaner, and unmistakably more aggressive. The front fascia is carved like it was shaped by wind tunnels, with new aerodynamic blades, a massive lower intake, and race-inspired dive planes. The rear end is just as wild, dominated by a high-mounted active rear wing and a revised diffuser that looks like it belongs on a Le Mans prototype. The ZR1 has always had a flair for the dramatic, but the 2026 version takes it into theatrical territory. And every bit of that drama is functional. The aero package produces real downforce, hundreds of pounds at speed. There's even a rumored ZTK2 performance package in development that takes the carbon aero to an extreme, adding canards, a fixed GT wing, track tires, and a more aggressive alignment. Corvette engineers say that with this setup, the ZR1 can generate more lateral grip than any production Corvette ever built, eclipsing even the Z06. Tires are custom-developed Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2R compounds, wrapped around forged lightweight 20-inch front and 21-inch rear wheels. Stopping duties are handled by massive carbon ceramic brakes with 6 piston calipers up front and 4 piston calipers out back. Brake cooling ducts are integrated seamlessly into the bodywork, because at the speeds the ZR1 is capable of reaching, fade is not an option, it's a liability. The chassis has been tuned with one thing in mind: domination. It rides on the latest iteration of GM's magnetic ride control, version 5.0. It scans the road more than 1,000 times per second, adjusting damping in real time. In touring mode, it's surprisingly composed, even supple. But flick it into track mode, and it stiffens like a race car. Body roll disappears. The car squats under acceleration, rotates under trail braking, and snaps back in line with surgical precision. Inside, the ZR1 maintains Corvette's recent commitment to driver-focused luxury. There's leather, suede, exposed carbon fiber, and even magnesium paddles behind the steering wheel. The 14-inch digital gauge cluster is reconfigurable and adds ZR1-specific performance displays, turbo boost gauges, G-force meters, tire temp readings, and predictive lap timing via GPS. The seats? Either standard GT2 buckets or optional competition sport seats that hold you like a vice. But what's most impressive is how the ZR1 manages to be both a ferocious track weapon and a livable grand tourer. This is not a one-dimensional track car that sacrifices everything for lap times. It has dual-zone climate control, wireless Apple CarPlay, a Bose Performance Series sound system with 16 speakers, and even a front lift system with GPS memory. It remembers where you scrape your driveway and raises the nose automatically. That's sophistication. And then there's the performance. Corvette hasn't released final numbers, but early internal testing puts 0 to 60 in just 2.4 seconds, the quarter mile in under 10 flat, and a top speed that's comfortably over 215 miles per hour. Around a circuit, GM insiders claim the ZR1 will be significantly faster than the Z06, and within striking distance of cars like the Porsche 911 GT2 RS and even the McLaren 750S. This is rare air for a car that still starts under $150,000. Now let's talk about cooling, because with this much horsepower and boost pressure, thermal management becomes mission critical. The ZR1 features the most aggressive cooling strategy of any production Corvette. That means additional radiators, expanded side intakes, and a rear-mounted intercooler system that keeps intake temps in check even during extended track use. Engineers developed a new heat exchanger layout specifically for this application, another nod to the ZR1's track-first intentions. The electrical system has been upgraded as well to handle the additional sensors, controllers, and active aero systems. There's a more robust EQ, expanded CAN bus infrastructure, and more power redundancy. Why does that matter? Because when you're pulling 1.2 lateral Gs through a corner at 140 miles per hour and relying on adaptive dampers, ABS, and active downforce to keep you on the tarmac, every microsecond of control counts. And let's not ignore the heritage. The ZR1 name dates back to 1970, when it first appeared as the optional Zora Racer package on the C3. Back then, it was a mysterious order code that unlocked hidden performance. In the C4 era, the ZR1 returned as a Lotus-engineered, DOHC V8-powered monster that embarrassed Ferraris in the early 90s. The C6 ZR1 brought supercharging to the table and pushed the envelope further. The C7 ZR1? That was a 755 horsepower supercharged brute that redefined what a front-engine car could do. But this, the 2026 ZR1, is something else entirely. This is the ZR1 as it was always meant to be, mid-engined, exotic, turbocharged, and barely street legal. There will be options. ZR1 buyers can select paint finishes exclusive to this model, colors like Accelerate Orange Tint Coat, Hypersonic Gray with blue tinted carbon fiber, and even a new code red metallic that shimmers like lava under sunlight. There's an exposed carbon fiber roof panel, carbon wheels, and a personalized VIN plaque mounted on the dashboard, engraved with your production number. Production will be limited. While not officially capped, GM is expected to build fewer than 4,000 units per year to maintain exclusivity and manage demand. It's not a numbered series like the Z06 70th Anniversary Edition, but make no mistake, this car will be rare, and it will be remembered. The tuning community is already buzzing. With twin turbos and a robust flat-plane V8, tuners are salivating at the prospect of 1,000-plus horsepower builds. But even in stock form, the ZR1 is already operating at such an extreme that any modification must be done with surgical care. This isn't a car you throw parts at, it's one you study before altering. What the 2026 Corvette ZR1 represents is more than just performance, it's evolution. It's GM planting its flag in a world dominated by European exotics and saying, we belong here too. And they do. This car doesn't just compete, it redefines. There's also something emotional about the ZR1. It's the last purely combustion-powered Corvette ZR1 we may ever see. With the E-Ray already ushering in electrification and the upcoming Zora expected to be a hybrid AWD hypercar, the 2026 ZR1 could be the last time we hear a Corvette sing its song without electric accompaniment. That makes it special. That makes it historic. So whether you're looking at this car as a collector, a driver, or an enthusiast, one thing is certain. The 2026 Corvette ZR1 is not just a car. It's a milestone. A statement. A moment in time when America's sports car reached into the future without forgetting where it came from. You're not just buying a vehicle. You're buying legacy, power, precision, passion. This is the 2026 Corvette ZR1. And it's rewriting everything we thought we knew about American performance. This has been here. Where the past meets the future, where rubber meets road, and where legends are not just remembered, they are driven. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, and ride with us into the next era of automotive excellence. Because the road ahead, It's only getting faster.